Hi readers, welcome to this video. In this video we are talking to Manish Jain, who is co-founder of mprofit.in. In this video we are going to talk about desktop management softwares, and we'll see some points which will help you in understanding what these products are and how they can simplify your financial life. So hi Manish, how are you?
Hey, thanks Manish. Thanks for having me on another great edition of Jago Investor video.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take it forward this way. What I'll do is I will ask you questions and you can answer them one by one so that it becomes a step-by-step tutorial for our readers, right?
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, so a lot of readers, they are not even aware of what a portfolio management system is, what a portfolio tracker is. All the thing is, if they put some information about shares or mutual funds in some site like Value Research, Money Online, Money Control Online, they think that they are tracking their portfolio. So somewhere I feel they are not aware of what it can really do. So you can throw some light on, what exactly a portfolio management software is. Give a complete picture of it.
Right. So, before we get to portfolio management, I think it's might be good to do a little quick tutorial. There's really two types of tracking that we talk about. One is what I call the short-term expense tracking, and that's where people want to know where they spend their money day to day. And then the second piece, which we're going to be talking about more in depth today, is on the long-term portfolio management. So that's on the performance of your FDs, stocks, mutual funds, and investments like that.
Okay.
So when you look at what's really available, one of the options people have is, do they do something on the desktop or they do something on the web?
Okay.
And the difference is really between the two is I feel most of the web applications are more of like a watch list. Like you said, you enter in your mutual funds, you enter in your stocks, and then you just kind of get a high level of, where it is moving either minute by minute, like Money Control, which has real-time pricing, or maybe the other sites that do 5-minute or 10-minute delay. So it's more of a watch list.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at the desktop products, they're more, they give you reports. So you can actually see what is the performance over the long period.
So what you are saying is in these sites, you don't have anything which can give you a complete picture of your portfolio, like how much has increased from a certain date, what is the asset allocation. All these things are not provided by these online sites?
Yeah, typically they're not provided by the online sites. The other issue is, if you look at a typical Indian family with, husband, wife, and 2 kids, you want to view all 4 of them as like one unit. So most of these websites don't allow you to do that. You have to create one portfolio per account per email address.
Okay.
So that's one of the issues with the online sites versus on the desktops, you can kind of create the entire group family listing, and so you can kind of aggregate those 4 accounts into one.
Okay. Great. So, do you think people have any myths about these portfolio management system? What they think and it is actually not true? Have you come across these things? Some points?
What I think there's really no preconceived notions or myths, as you say, because I think honestly people have never really thought about it. They feel like they've been using Excel to track their investments, or they use the online tools. So I think it's a very new field where people are kind of offering products and doing a lot of different services available. So right now it's a very new field. So we don't have any sort of like people feel like there's some myths around it. They just want to know, is it valuable for me? Can I really benefit from it?
Okay, fine, great. So coming to the next question, what I did before 1 month ago is I ran one survey on this whole thing, portfolio management.
Right.
And what I saw was the topmost thing which matters to them is data security of the product. Okay, everybody is not comfortable sharing their data, and they are very much concerned about data security. So can you just share a little bit on security part, that how secure these softwares are?
Right. So I think the question goes back to, online versus desktop based.
Yeah.
Online, you can have your data on some website, even though they may say it's encrypted and it's, hidden away. But the reality is if someone wants to basically hack into that account or that web system and grab the data, they probably could. If you look at these big companies like Google, Sony Entertainment, all these websites have been hacked. So the question is, Is that potentially possible in these websites? It could be. The question is, will it happen? Probably not. So the data security issue is a very big concern also. That's what we see from our consumers. Whereas on the desktop side, all of your data resides on your desktop. So as long as you have a firewall and that data security on your computer, the data is very secure on your desktop or laptop.
So, okay, I want to raise one point. Is when you say that data resides on the computer, and when they run the software, is there no connection to internet? All the analysis, all the whatever inputs or outputs are coming, that happens on the software itself. There is no connection from internet after that.
Right, so I can't speak for all the desktop products, but I can tell you mostly the only connection, most of these software products, even mProfit, is we go to our backend server to get a price update. So if you're holding Reliance or you're holding a mutual fund, we don't relay the number of shares you own or the buy-sell dates. The only thing we say is this person has Reliance in the account, so get the price for Reliance Industries and bring it back to the software. That's it.
Okay, so it doesn't communicate that data, that how many shares he is holding and all. That information doesn't go back to the...
No, not at all. We don't do any of that because the reason is, one of the main reasons people use our software is because they feel 100% secure that the data is residing on their desktop and it's not leaving. So the only thing we do is we get a price update and also software updates. That's the only two things we do at mProfit.
Okay, great. I think that gives a fair idea of how it works for most of it, right? Okay.
Right. Actually, I'd like to add one thing. We recently had a customer about 2 days ago who password protected his mProfit file, and he's been using it for the last 3 or 4 months, and just recently he forgot the password.
Okay.
So he called us and begged us, can you give me the password, this, that, and the reality is we don't have the password.
Yeah.
If you forgot the password, it's gone. It's sort of like when you have a password on Windows XP or Windows 7 and you forget, Microsoft will tell you to format the hard drive and start from scratch. And that's the same thing this consumer had to do.
Yeah, I think the way it works is you may only store the hash of the whole thing, right? Not exactly the password.
We don't even store the hash. I mean, that is not even in our control because it's encrypted in a file. Okay. So there's really no way to extract it because it's also using 256-bit encryption.
Okay.
So it's almost like, impossible to crack.
Okay, great. Fine. So the next thing which I want to talk about is, like who should use these softwares, because a lot of people do not want the tracking at a very high level. They just need a minimal thing and not very frequently. So all they need is, they should get some picture about their whole financial life every quarter or maybe in half a year or even yearly. There are so many people like that. So then comes Excel, Excel based monitoring. So can you just compare both things and which way is better for which class of people?
Right. So I tell people, you know what? First, try to use the free products out there to see if you like it. Yeah. So if you're okay with data security, then you can do online. If you're not, then you look at Excel, and try to create your portfolio in Excel. But one of the things I found out is it's not that easy to work with the, formulas and create, the macros and, understand XIR calculations. And it becomes very tedious when you have to start entering a lot of transactions. Although it may be free, but it becomes very cumbersome to actually, manage your portfolio, or let's say 3-4 people's portfolio. Yeah. And then you won't be able to create the nice looking reports that only take seconds in most of these desktop products.
Okay. No, but what I think is if there is a single person and he has a very limited portfolio, like say mutual funds, some ULIPs, or maybe 1 or 2 ULIPs, few shares or maybe no shares, and maybe some more debt products, and all he wants to monitor is that what is the current price of that product, and he doesn't mind putting the NAVs and share prices manually by looking at some website. This is all he needs, and he wants to do it every quarter or maybe a year, maybe yearly. For him, I think Excel is the best one for this kind of market, right? For these kind of people.
Right. For this kind of person, I think Excel really works for him because they don't have to do a lot of work. They just enter in the details and then get the NAVs from a website like Amphi or get it from Money Control. So I definitely think in this case Excel works, and it may work for a lot of people. It just really depends on some people. They really want a little bit extra, or they want a little bit more interactive. or they don't want to deal with creating the portfolios, creating the formulas. And more importantly, you could also use macros to automatically get those prices via Yahoo Finance, things like that. But that involves a little bit of programming. The question is, do you have the time and effort to do that versus, just getting a desktop product that does all of that for you?
Okay. Great. So, just a moment. So, thanks, Manish. I got some good points from you. And the last thing which I want to touch upon is, in the survey which I ran before some months, what I saw was, people really like to take some product which has a renewal fees. Okay, it doesn't have just one-time big fee. There should be somewhere some kind of renewal fee. The upfront fee can be small or it can be more. That is okay, but they want some renewal fee because people don't want to get into something where they pay the price one time and they are stuck if they don't like it. So what is your experience on this?
Yeah, so, we get that a lot at nProfit. People say, what, I'm used to paying one time. Do you have that? And the reality is I ask people, name a product from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and people have paid one time, and if that software company is still around, and more than likely that name they cannot remember. Because the reality is, just think about it. If somebody gives you all the money up front, why would you as a company really care? Because you've already got that person's money. Who cares? Right? So the way I look at it, and this is not just nProfit, but it's that whole new kind of what they call software as a service, this whole SaaS model where they bill you on a monthly or a yearly plan, because the whole purpose is this really forces the company to make sure that they're making their customers happy, because you can leave at any moment. And that's one of the beauties of this model is, I say charge a little bit, but charge it every month. Because this way, this entices the company to listen to the customer's feedback. But if I have your full 10,000 rupees up front, I really could care less about you as a consumer. And that is a big difference.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm done with my questions. Do you have anything else which you want to share about portfolio management system in general, which people don't know and you want them to know about in general? Anything more?
In general, what I would just tell people, in general, just try some of these products and see if they're even useful for you. Okay. And then you can decide. I think most of the products out there have a free 30-day trial. Okay. I would say, try it, make sure it works, and then if it works, then buy it. I'm definitely of the kind that I like to save money just like the next person. So I don't like to spend money either. But if you think it will help you, then definitely buy it. But first try it out and see if it really, meets your requirements.
Okay. Great. That is all from my side. This is all I want to understand.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks a lot, Manish.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, Manish, for this again.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. See
Take
you
care.
in some other video. We'll
do
lot more videos like this. Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. One thing on this video, are you going to include that survey you just did?
Yeah.
Because I'd be interested to see the results of that survey.
Yeah, definitely. I want to share the survey. Maybe I'll send you the survey right now.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that security is number one.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Price is not the biggest one. It is somewhere, at second or third. Even above the price, what comes is, features. What I see is features, ease of use. Price is somewhere, in between. That is what.
Right.
Okay, I'll share.
That's good to know.
I'll share with you that thing. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you. Bye.